Today I am in my basement looking at leftover wood. Uh, these are cut-offs from the window and door trims that I've done at the farmhouse, and they are still pretty long. I mean, some of these pieces are like 2 feet long and maybe longer, some of them, and I think I'll be able to make something out of it. And I was thinking about creating a side table just to put coffee and drinks on it. I have a couple of three pieces of 1x4s, which the true size is really 3.5 and 3/4 inch thickness, right? And then these are some cutoffs that I may or may not use, but I'm just gonna set these aside. And then I do have, let's see, a bunch of 1x3s that I'm gonna utilize for the legs and the cross members. So the 1x4 piece is gonna be most likely for the top, and the 1x3s are going to be for the legs and the cross pieces that I'm gonna need. I wanted it to go up to my knees. So these are pretty short. The longest one is too short, so I'm gonna have to be creative to make that a little longer, because this is the only long piece I have. So first I'm gonna take the 1x4 cutoffs, which I have 3 of, and I'm gonna make the tabletop out of this. Figured out what's the nicer side of each of these boards and how they're gonna fit together and on the edges, because I want to have as little crack showing as possible. And obviously I could certainly sand it off a little bit so it's more even to give it a better fit, but this looks pretty good to me. It looks like these are the good sides. This middle board is kind of bowed, like it's bumpy. I don't know if that's visible, but I can sand that down. So what I'm gonna do is attach these 3 together with pocket screws. So on the bottom side I will be drilling pocket holes and screw them together, and once these are attached I also will be gluing it in between, so there will be wood glue. And once they're attached, I'm gonna cut them to size on each end to make them all nice and even. And as for the legs, what I think I'm gonna do is make each leg out of 4 pieces of this 1x3, and the way that's gonna look like, and I haven't done any good measurements yet, but essentially you're gonna have 2 longer pieces and 2 shorter pieces, which I haven't measured that yet, as I said. So you're gonna have a longer piece, then a shorter piece like this, and then you're gonna have another longer piece again. Let's take a random piece, and again these are not cut to size, so it's not going to be this long, and then a shorter piece. And then what I'm going to do is, obviously will be all glued together, and they're going to attach to each other with, I'm just going to shoot some nails in and finish nails, and of course glues on every point where they meet, so these will hold each other very nicely. This way I can join shorter pieces and make a longer leg out of it. And probably I'm going to do it like more of the pattern's probably going to look like this, and then of course it's going to be cut off here, and it's going to be cut off here, so the leg itself will have 2 joints scattered. in the middle of this, I also have to consider how the legs will be joined together with the cross member. So for that, given that I'm gonna need some cross members, I'm gonna either do something like this to join, and then maybe I'll do something like this. Again, imagine this is cut flush. So these would be the cross members. Of course, you have another set of leg on this side. And then I still would have to have something, cross member going the other way. And I might just do this guy this way. I might do something like this, like that, to join the other way. And or it doesn't have to be that way, it can be this way too. So it would join the opposite leg. So I think I'm gonna go with this kind of design, because this will tie it together, and then the top will attach to this guy, this right here. I think that's gonna be great, and I hope I do have enough wood, because for each leg I need probably I probably can get it out of 3 pieces, because I will need some shorter pieces. So I did draw the picture of what I wanted to do, the sizes, and based on the leg design, I figured out how many pieces I need, and each piece had to be a certain size. So just to go through that real quick, this bottom is 5.5 inches. This cross piece is obviously 3/4 inch. Then we're gonna have another piece here, which is 11.25, and that will meet the outside piece, which is 15 inches, and the top will have a 5-inch piece right here, and that will accommodate the cross piece that's gonna go the other direction. So what I did is, based on the setup, I just dry fitted it, make sure everything will fit. I started gluing and nailing the pieces together. So I glued this with a finishing nail to the big piece. I'll do that on the other side, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue this cross piece to this piece here, nail it from here, and then we'll glue this piece and so on. So let me show you the next step. So I nailed these in, and now I'm gonna put a couple of nails in here to make it stronger. So use the longer 2-inch nails. I actually ended up putting one this way, and then I put a couple of them this way. So the next thing I'm gonna do is the 11.25 size, right? Let me think. Yes, and then that goes here, and then the 5-inch piece here, right? And then the cross piece is gonna go this way. Okay, so again, same process, just gluing it and nailing it with 1.25-inch nails so it doesn't go through it, and I'm nailing it from the inside as much as possible. So this set of legs are now ready. I'm not gonna put on the cross piece yet until I have the other set ready, so I'll make one just like this. I'm finishing up with putting the cross members gap between the two sets of legs. And I hope I don't run out of glue just now. But the glue is the most important part here, because those finishing nails just really holding it until the glue sets. Okay, so we just want to make sure everything is square. And I'll be able to nail these in. Okay, so the last part of this nailing, again making sure things are square and keeping my hands out of the way. Let's put it right here. So that will be the top right there. I'm gonna have to screw this together. First, what I'm gonna do is sand the edges so I will have a really good fit between the planks. And then I'm gonna use pocket screws, and I also gonna have to put pocket screws here and here and here and here, so I can actually screw the top from the bottom, and that way I will not have visible screws on the top. I've connected the pieces for the tabletop with pocket screws. You can see the holes there. And of course I did glue them together as well. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the edges straight. So I'm just gonna basically draw a line and just use my jigsaw to make them all flush. I made holes up here on the top where I'm gonna attach the top to this with pocket screws as well. So here it is, it's all done. This is the table. I just have to now fine sand it and stain it. This is the stain I'm gonna use. It's gonna be red oak. Ready for staining.